Getting views on YouTube is all about marketing. And that's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing to embrace. It's a good thing to understand. It's a good thing to really take to heart. Because so many people out there have so much they can offer, so many insights, so many projects that they're doing or things that they have answers, questions they have answers to. But if you can't make that connection between what you have and the people who want it, you can't grow a YouTube channel. You can't. It's all about marketing. Let me tell you guys this story. This is true, and this is right now. This is today. I have a neighbor, probably 3 miles from here, who sells baked goods. Never met this person, don't know anything about them. But they have a sign at the end of their driveway that says baked goods. And it's on a white piece of cardboard about that big. And it's written on there with a Sharpie, baked goods. If you're going slow enough, you can read the sign. If you're going fast, you probably would never even be able to read the sign. It's a terrible, terrible sign. And it just says baked goods, cookies, bread. Who knows? I don't know. I've never stopped there. And honestly, I'm never going to. Now I kind of want to just out of curiosity, but I'm not going to. Because it's the worst sign I've ever seen. It's white with Sharpie baked goods. And it's like a 40-foot driveway, and then there's an old trailer house. I can't think of a worse marketing system than that, because the sign screams, I don't care. And the place where you're going to buy the baked goods is a 35-year-old trailer house on a dirt road in the country. Nothing about that says this business is going to succeed. Nothing. Now, the product might be fine. The person who lives in this trailer house, and there's nothing wrong with a trailer house. I've lived in a trailer house. It's cheap. It's easy. The person who lives there might be somebody's grandma who's been baking forever, and it might be cherished family recipes, and it might just be the greatest cookies, bread, pies you've ever had. The product might be perfect, but to get that product to the people who would appreciate that product, you need the marketing. Otherwise, it just will never happen. It won't happen. Now, let's imagine this is a little bit different. Let's imagine they put a little booth out front, and the booth has flowers, and the booth has beautiful new paint, and it's very festive looking. It screams comfort. It screams attention to detail, and there's all kinds of cookies and breads and pies, and they're put on a board in the front of the pavilion so that you can see all of them, and it's well stocked, and the grass is mowed around it, and there's a nice looking older lady sitting out front, and she's just waving to cars as they go by. You can see the person that's selling the cookies, and the presentation is really well done. Now let's imagine that sign isn't a white piece of cardboard with a Sharpie marker. Let's imagine that sign is a beautiful decorative hand-painted sign, and the letters they're cut out from wood, and they're individual wooden letters, and there's flowers on both sides of the sign, and it says baked goods. You see this beautiful, attractive, colorful sign, very simple, bold, and let's make it big because this little cardboard sign sucks terribly. Let's make it a big sign, and it says baked goods. And if it happens to be an older lady who happens to be a grandma, maybe she could put her name at the bottom of the sign, by Grandma Rose. Baked goods by Grandma Rose. Beautiful pavilion, well stocked, well kept around there. Completely different marketing. The reach is going to be about the same. You're only going to see the sign if you drive down that road. But at least now there's a reason to stop, because it looks like something appealing, and you can pull into the driveway and if it's really great, you probably tell somebody. You probably tell a few people, be like, there's this cute little place over here. This nice grandma does baked goods. It's done up nice. And then you have word of mouth marketing. Maybe Grandma Rose takes out an advertisement in the local paper. Maybe Grandma Rose puts a billboard down at the end of the road. Maybe Grandma Rose does other things to help her marketing effort to sell her baked goods. There's only one place to go from that cardboard sign, and that's up. You can only do better than that. But the more effort Grandma Rose puts into marketing what she has to offer, the better chance the product is going to find the people that want it. But there is no pavilion. There is no flowers. There is no baked goods on display. And there is just a little cardboard sign with a Sharpie marker that says baked goods. And you see the house and you immediately, well, there's nothing out front, so I'm going to have to knock on the door. They're going to have to bring the baked goods from the dark hallway down the trailer. It's just as bad as it gets. So really the key is marketing. Maybe Grandma Rose doesn't bake good cookies, and then the product will destroy any effort that she puts in beyond that. But that marketing effort, the way that the product is marketed, makes all the difference. Makes all the difference. With YouTube, your marketing is your title and your thumbnail, and that's basically all you have to work with. The description in the video is, it's something. It does help the algorithm kind of figure out what the video is about and who to market it in front of. But most people don't read the description of the video. It's going to be the title and it's going to be the thumbnail. And if you have a great product and your marketing, your title and your thumbnail is terrible, you can't go forward. You cannot win YouTube. You can't be a successful YouTuber if you can't get your product to the people who would want it. It's just that simple. I see this all the time. I'll see people that can make really good videos that make terrible thumbnails. I see it every single day. I don't know how many times I've seen thumbnails that were covered with words on a background, on a photograph that is really, really broad. So you're seeing you're seeing a wide angle view of whatever's going on. And in a little tiny picture, a little tiny thumbnail, it's really hard to distinguish broad scale pictures, wide angle pictures. It's always much better to get right in close on the thing that's most important in the video with the best color and the best lighting, so that the thing sticks out, so that the thing, whatever the video is about, gets across. That's all the thumbnail is really for. It's to get the idea of the video across as best you can. And then the other aspect of marketing for YouTube is the title. The title, in my opinion, the title should be the simplest possible way to say what the video promises, with the fewest words and the most clarity. And then maybe tweak it from there. Maybe. Like if you're fixing a tire, the video should be how to fix a tire. If you're baking bread, the video should be how to bake bread. And the thumbnail shouldn't be you in a kitchen, or it shouldn't be a person with a loaf of bread 35 feet away from the camera holding the bread up. It should be a loaf of bread on the best contrasting background you can possibly get. Like a loaf of bread is like golden brown, So if you put it on like a dark red tablecloth, so it really pops, because you only have just this little tiny space to market. You've got your title and you have your thumbnail. Your title is going to support your thumbnail, but your thumbnail really has to do the heavy lifting. People will see the thumbnail before they read the title. So if it's a beautiful loaf of bread on a very contrasting background, it's unmistakably a loaf of bread, and it's really well lit. The color is nice. The contrast is really, really nice. And then the title is How to Bake Bread, or maybe How to Bake the Perfect Loaf of Bread. Something like that says it in the fewest words possible, the best way you can. That is great marketing for YouTube videos. Now, this doesn't work for everybody. This video is an education video. It's a talking head video. I have found talking head videos are the most boring videos in the world to make thumbnails for because you can't do a lot with them. You have me, this is me, I mean just the ugly fat guy pushing 50, talking to a camera about marketing YouTube. What am I going to use for the thumbnail? It's probably going to be a picture of me. And then I might use a few words because it's not about a thing, it's about an idea. I might use a few words on the screen to get the point across. And that's about all I can do with a thumbnail for a video like this. Let's say on this video, I just use a white screen and it says something like YouTube marketing in small black letters. Thin font because Sharpie's thin on a big white piece of cardboard. And it's just a white screen and it says YouTube marketing. Who's going to click on that? And let's say I support it with a title like Great Way to Market YouTube Videos. Well, you're probably not going to believe that because the thumbnail would be so bad. The thumbnail does not draw you in, just like the baked goods sign did not draw you in. And at that point, no matter what I have to share in this video, nobody's ever going to hear it because they're not going to click. They're not going to click on the marketing because the marketing sucks. Just like nobody's ever going to buy baked goods from the place down the road because the marketing sucks. It's that space in the middle, that marketing, that makes or breaks most YouTubers. Because yeah, I see this all the time. I click on the worst thumbnails I possibly can find. And a lot of times I find background music and good shots and good lighting and somebody presenting something useful in a fairly well done way. So it's a good product. But I only clicked it because I'm teaching YouTube and I saw the worst thumbnail in the world. And I'm like, wow, this is terrible. Let's see how bad the video is. And maybe it's a really good video about an interesting subject. And the marketing is so bad, no one will ever find it. If you're struggling with growing a channel, building a channel, the first place I would look is your marketing. Maybe you have a bad product. Maybe your video rambles. Maybe your video is about something that you're not even sure what it's about. It's just a bunch of stuff you shot and you're like, hey, this is my thoughts on this week. Nobody cares about your thoughts. And if it's on this week, next week, it won't matter. And it's a dated video about an individual's opinions that nobody knows and nobody cares. That's the truth of it. But if you have a good product that has a lot of interest from other people, it's all about that place in the middle. It's all about that marketing. Get the marketing right. You have every reason to believe that your video should do well. Good product, interested group of people that want that product. Just fix the marketing. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Dave Whipple. I'll see you on the next one.